run it up, they busy running their mouth. I'm a real ass, rich ass bitch from the
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I'll be showing you guys today how to do a nice natural, my go-to makeup routine that I do for my everyday little natural looks that I like to do. So I hope you guys like the video. Continue watching, like, share, comment, subscribe, and don't forget to hit that bell button. So continue watching. So I'm going to start off with the Milani pencil, well, kind of a pen, brushing my eyebrows upwards and out. Alright, now we're going in with the Anastasia Dip Brow. This is the color Ebony that I'm using today. They didn't have dark brown when I needed it. And this is my slanted brush by e.l.f. that I'm going to use for my eyebrows. Alright, now I'm going to start kind of middle of my eyebrow, and I'm just going to trace the shape of my eyebrow and make sure my line is not too thick, and then I'm going to trace the front of my eyebrow as well. Now I'm just going to fill in my eyebrow to give me a shape. That way when I draw my line on top, I won't go too high. So now I'm just taking some more and just filling in, drawing that line, not too thick, but just drawing it. That way it looks still full and like a natural eyebrow. And don't trace all the way to the front of your eyebrow. That way you get that nice faded look of a natural eyebrow. Alright, and now I'm going in with the Eco Style Gel. I use this to prime my eyebrows. You can use brow gel, you can use gel, hair gel. It still works because it's hair. Usually I use the Got To Be Glue styling gel in the black bottle, but I ran out, so I'm using the Eco Style Gel. And you just take a little bit and just comb through your eyebrows. That way you blend everything out and your eyebrows will stay. That way they won't move and they look nice and natural. Alright, now I'm going in with the Maybelline concealer. I think the shade medium. I'm going to start kind of in the middle of my eyebrow again, just how I traced it. And I'm just going to use a lighter concealer. That way it kind of brightens up my eyebrow on the bottom. You don't always have to use a light concealer. You can use a darker one if you want to, just make it easier to blend. And I'm just tracing it and taking my time, go very slow in this part. That way your eyebrows come out nice and even. And you just want to go back and forth and just trace it. Basically make the shape that you want your eyebrows to be. Alright, and now I'm going in with the Maybelline concealer in the shade Deep. I'm actually going to start at the beginning of my eyebrow. And I'm just going to trace it, take my time, and trace my eyebrow on how I want my shape. And this color of shade is more of close to my skin color. That way it'll make it easier to blend when I do my foundation. That's way much easier to do, guys, if you have a hard time putting your foundation on if you did your eyebrows first. You just want to take your time and just trace your eyebrow into how long you want it and what shape and all that pretty good stuff. Alright guys, now I'm going to use my flat brush that I got from Real Techniques. I'm just going to blend out my concealer. I'm going to tap and drag down. Just tap, 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 tap. And then just going to tap and drag down. Make sure you don't, drag your eyebrow down. But just tap and drag it. And you can do the same thing on the bottom as you do to the top. I know that I'm missing out when I turn around and you're gone. I feel you touching and lingers. I feel you touch. Alright, I'm going in with the Maybelline Press Powder in shade 310. And I'm just going to set my eyebrows wherever I put the concealer at, all around it on bottom and the top. That way when I do my foundation, I won't bump into my eyebrow and smear it and mess it up. Alright, next we're going in with the Cetaphil Daily Facial Moisturizer. I always use this on my face before I put on my primer. This is one of my favorite moisturizers that you can get from a drugstore, any drugstore. I got this from Walgreens for $14.99. Just make sure that you rub it in your face really good. I really like this primer. It feels very refreshing, and I always use this one. You're on a different page. And next we're going in with the Baby Skin Maybelline Primer, one of my other favorites I like to use. I just put not too much, but just like a dot under my eyes, my forehead, my nose, my chin, and above my chin. and make sure that you rub it in very, very good. It's really, really soft. Once you rub it in, your face feels soft. This is for minimizing your pores if you have really large pores. I personally don't, but this makes my makeup look even more smoother. I'm going in with the Milani Make It Last setting spray, just spraying my face. Make sure I'm setting in that daily moisturizer I just used, that primer I just used. I'm using my Fenty foundation today. I'm in the shade 350. And first, I just like to pump a few pumps on my face, around my face. I don't need a whole lot of makeup because I don't have acne or really dark spots on my face. So, thank God for that. But I'm going to use a flat foundation brush to spread it out first. That way, I get the use of all my foundation I just put on my face. Because if you go in with a sponge, you're most likely going to take most of the product off. And listen, Fenty's too much. We can't do that. Use what we got. So basically, I'm just spreading out all over my face. And now I'm going in with my beauty blender. And yes, it's a little tore up, but it's usable. Rewash it and keep using it. But I use my Make It Last setting spray from Milani, and I sprayed it first before I start blending out my foundation, which I did that way my foundation is set. It's not going to go anywhere, and that way that it's going to look fresh once I get into my setting powder. And when you're blending your foundation, make sure that you're pressing in the foundation on your skin. That way it looks nice and flawless and blended out. And make sure you don't smear it. You want to do tapping motions, and make sure you get under your eye and also above.
You don't gotta give me all your love, all your love. I just wanna feel you, just wanna feel you, babe. And you don't gotta open up, tell me I'm the one. Just wanna keep it real with you. I just wanna.
I'm just going to spray my face one more time. Make sure that all the product is nice and set. Now I'm going in with the Maybelline Age Rewinder Concealer. One of the best concealers out. That's nice and full coverage. And it's very creamy. And also it does dry fast. So that's why I did one eye at a time on here. Because it dries really fast. Because if you were just to leave it, yeah, good luck spreading it. Also, when blending your concealer, you want to make sure that you're just doing tapping motions as well. And make sure when you do your tapping motions, you tap and then you just tap it out to all the way to the corner towards your ear and tapping motion. Because once you tap, the product will spread itself. You don't have to take your sponge and spread it across your face. Just do tapping motions and tap towards your ear, and the product will spread on its own. And I'm sure you guys noticed that I take my leftover concealer from under my eye. I put a little bit on my eyelid. That way when I set my eye with setting powder, it kind of looks like I have eyeshadow on, but I don't. It just makes your eyes look nice and soft, and it matches your face as well. Alright, now I'm going in with the Anastasia. This is a foundation stick, but this is in the shade Walnut. But I use this for my contour because this is so dark and it's nice and creamy as well. And I start like from my jawline, and I kind of drag mine down because I like to have a more sharp face. If you want more of a rounded face, so kind of draw your contour upwards a little bit. And also I contour my nose and the side of my face to make sure that my face is nice and sharp. I also do my forehead. I don't have a big forehead, so I really don't have to contour, but I do anyway. That way, because I like everything to look nice and together. And you're just going to do tapping motions when you're blending out your contour. You're going to tap and you're going to drag up. So wherever that line you started from, start from that line and just tap. And then you're going to tap and you're going to blend upwards. So tap, blend upwards. And for the forehead, you're going to tap and you're going to blend backwards. You're going to tap, you're going to blend backwards. Because if you blend forward, your forehead might be kind of crooked. So just blend and tap backwards. That way it blends in, you know, with your hair and everything. Next, we're going in with the lovely Sacha Buttercup setting powder, one of my favorites of all time that I use, that one of my homegirls put me on. And for this powder, you're just going to take a little bit on your sponge and you're just going to tap and you're going to press it in your skin. You're going to tap and press in your skin until you see no more powder and no more loose powder anywhere. And you're going to do this for your whole face. And then after this, you're going to set your face. And what I mean by set, you'll see in a couple seconds. Now, this is what I meant by pressing in the, not pressing in, but setting your face. You're going to go back in with the Sacha Buttercup powder, and you're just going to put more of a, how do I say this, chunky, and not more so press it in, but just leave it on your face. Put enough on your face, leave it on there. Then we're going to get into the contouring, setting my contour, and then after I set our contour, we're going to brush everything off. And we're going to be almost finished. Almost. Now we're going in with the Maybelline press powder in the shade of Mocha, which is 360. And these brushes are very soft. I'm trying new brushes out and I really, really like these brushes. I'm just tapping off that loose powder that's on my brush. So now we're setting our contour, and make sure you just tap and you're just pressing in the powder. That way when you brush off the rest of the powder, it looks nice and blended together. Alright, now I'm using another brush by the same company, the Eco Tools, and I'm going to use it just to brush off that loose powder that I have on my face. And when you're doing this part, make sure you're not brushing really hard. You're brushing very lightly, but it probably looks like I'm brushing hard because I have it speeded up. But you're just doing it very lightly and brushing it off. And after you brush it off, we're going to go back in with the Maybelline press powder in 310, and we're going to set everything on our face. So that means that we're going to just tap into the powder, and we're just going to do tapping motions all over the face with the pressed powder. And I'm going to use the e.l.f. liner. And now I'm going to use this peach shade from the James Charles palette. I don't remember the name of it because I lost the sheet somewhere in my room. But I'm just going to do tapping motions. It's going to smile. It's going to tap in. I use this for my blush because it's so pretty, natural. Now I'm going to use the Master Chrome. This is from Maybelline. This is a highlighter. One of my favorites. As you can tell, I am hitting the... I have my Milani stick. I'm just going to line my lips, and I use the almond lipstick, and I use the Wet n Wild liquid matte lipstick, and I also use my lip gloss and just spray my face with setting spray. Then I press it in with the setting powder brush, and then there you guys have it. I really guys hope you enjoyed my video. I hope to see you guys soon.
Meet it till he locked y'all. Give it to him good, knock a nigga socks off. I run it up, they busy running they mouth. I'm a real ass, rich ass.